And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place, with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with the linen mitre shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats, and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Now, I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, why did you read one part of one chapter from the Old Testament and then jump over to the New Testament? It seems like they wouldn't be connected. Well, they are. Many don't even know where the term scapegoat comes from. And that's where it comes from, Leviticus 16. See, that scapegoat fleeing into the wilderness for atonement is type and shadow of the 1,260 days of the woman fleeing into the wilderness. I'm sure some, and maybe many others, are not familiar with the concept of type and shadow. All events in the Old Testament are the type for the shadow of things to come found in the New Testament. It's a deep dive into biblical prophecy and biblical understanding that I was very blessed to be introduced to at a young age. Some may have heard of it as type and antitype. Many things in the Old Testament are a shadow or type of things in the New Testament to come. Some say shadow, type, one way or the direction, but the idea is this. Today is a very important day in history because something has come to pass. FDA grants full approval to Pfizer-BioNTech COVID shot, clearing path to more vaccine mandates. This is a big deal because here's what they're going to do. They are going to tie vaccination to the casting of lots. See, this is the first reference in the Bible to voting. Casting lots and voting is the same thing. And that's what was commanded to be done in Leviticus. Cast lots, meaning choose, vote. One goat this way, one goat that way. You see, that time in the wilderness is coming. And it's coming very soon. People have pondered and puzzled over the mark of the beast, for it is the number of a man, is it not? Gematria, 603 score and 6. 666. The word? Citizen. Citizen voting. You need to have your ID. You need to have your citizen ID to vote, to cast lots. Oh, and by the way, Pfizer, as in Pfizer-BioNTech, 666. This is the tie-in. If you want to vote for Trump or anyone else, you're going to have your mark. See, this idea of casting lots goes way back. The history of the ballot goes all the way back to ancient Greece, where they would vote by dropping pebbles into an urn, and then they would just weigh the urns or count the pebbles in the urns. Same thing in medieval Europe, in Venice. The term biota literally means small ball. And they would have one urn, and then they would put in gold ones or silver ones, depending on what they were voting for. But make no mistake, voting is just a civilized version of mob rule. Voting is just a civilized version of mob rule. But for those of you fearing for your lives, even the wilderness and desert will be glad in those days. Speaking of the end days, the wasteland will rejoice and blossom with spring crocuses. There the Lord will display his glory, saying to those with fearful hearts, "Be strong and do not fear, for your God is coming to destroy your enemies. He is coming to save you." In the KJV, King James, "Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not, behold, your God will come with vengeance. Even God with a recompense, he will come and save you." See, things are going to be difficult for a time. Very, very difficult. It's going to be something where people are going to have to ask themselves about whether they believe they are a body who has a soul, or are you a soul that has a body? Because it does say in Revelation at the very end here, they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. The Bible says, ye have yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And that's what it might take. Because their little invention with mRNA. It might preserve your body for a time, perhaps longer. But if that, the beast, is what you are serving, then that will identify who and what you are. Because that is truly what the beast is, this duality. We are a soul with a spirit, and we are also this carnal, fleshly beast. Which will you serve? That will be the question. That will be your choice. That is where you will have to cast your own personal lot, so to speak, just like back in Leviticus. One goat will be offered for a sin offering. The scapegoat, by the way, which is what's really honestly going on in the media right now, they want to call everyone who isn't vaccinated scapegoat for all of the spread of the 2020 sniffles. They're scapegoating these people. That one will be given an opportunity to make an atonement. And that is the type and shadow of Leviticus and Revelation. God bless. Pray for each other. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe, please, if you would. And we will see you guys tonight on Twitch.